Hello and welcome to Nolan School of Motoring. In this video tutorial we will be looking at the Gatley test route. When you leave the test centre there's a 10 mph speed limit on site. Just take your time, acclimatise yourself to the driving test and give yourself time to think. As you leave the test centre you can see the barrier come into view. As you go through the barrier you will start to see new speed limit changes. We will be making a right turn at the next set of traffic lights. If you look up to your left and right you can see the speed limit change. As you make the right turn, stay well to the left. This is the general instruction examiners will give you as you make that right turn. Just follow the road ahead, keeping your lane discipline and watching your traffic lights ahead. Try and keep your following distance from the vehicles in front when you stop. Make sure you can see tyres and some of the road surface from the vehicle in front of you. When you move off, just follow the road ahead, keeping an eye on your traffic lights. At these types of junctions there's quite a lot of road markings. Just pay attention to the traffic in front and also what's on the road surface. Here we're moving towards the right, checking our exterior mirror before we do so. This stretch of road is pretty straightforward. Remember, you're still in a 30 mph speed limit. When you see street lights and no speed limits, the speed limit is 30 mph. The cycle lane to your left has got broken white lines. This means you can use the cycle lane if it's safe or necessary. As we can see, the road ahead is quite clear. We're just following the vehicle in front. We can see the driver is not travelling so quickly, but we still need to keep our safe distance, which is around a 2-second gap. The reason we need to keep a 2-second gap is to give ourselves time in case the driver in front of us starts to slow down quickly. Looking well ahead we can see a pedestrian crossing. This is identified by the zigzag lines. There's nobody at the crossing so we wouldn't expect the lights to change. We can see a bus stop on our left. This is designated by the road markings and traffic sign. You can queue on the bus stop, but you're not allowed to park at the bus stop. At the next set of traffic lights we will be following the road ahead. As you can see, the destination markings are telling us to use the left lane. As we go through the traffic lights, we can see a cyclist ahead. We want to give the cyclist a good arm's length, or even more if possible. We can also see a parked vehicle past the cyclist. We're anticipating the cyclist will move out to get round the vehicle. Checking our left exterior and then moving slowly back in to our normal driving position. As we can see, another parked vehicle on our left, leaving plenty of clearance. Dealing with the pedestrian crossing, as we can see there's no one there, and we carry on making progress. And the speed limit on this road is 30 mph. As you can see, our zone of vision is quite clear. All we really need to do here is just keep our distance from the vehicle in front and maintain a steady progress. We're going to be following the traffic signs now for Stockport. So that means we're going to be making a right turn at the next set of traffic lights. As we approach the lights to make the right turn, we can see the lights changing back to amber. We've passed our point of no return. That means we're going to commit to the junction. As you can see, if you look to your left and right, there's quite a few shops. Areas like this we do need to be more careful, as pedestrians or vehicles might emerge into your path. Take particular care around service stations, as vehicles might suddenly stop to drive in or emerge very quickly. Here we've got another traffic control junction to deal with. The lights are on green, we're going to commit to the junction. We just need to watch our following distance behind this vehicle, in case the driver decides to turn left or right, or suddenly pull up on the left. Again, the road is nice and clear. Just keep our distance. Watch our pedestrian crossings. And carry on making progress. As we approach the bend, if you look to your left, you can see a warning sign telling us there's traffic lights ahead. Pay attention to these traffic signs, as you do not want to make an emergency stop if the traffic lights are on red. If you do carry out an emergency stop, it's highly likely the driver behind you will go into the back of your vehicle. Looking well ahead, we can see destination markings on the road surface. Here we have another traffic control junction to deal with. The light is on green, and we will commit to the junction. On sunny days, it's more difficult to see brake lights and indicators. Bear this in mind when you're following vehicles. At our next set of traffic lights, we will be following the road ahead. Now we're going to follow the traffic signs from Manchester Airport. The traffic sign is to our left, and the road bears right. Now we're following the signs from Manchester Airport, so we're going to stay on the A34. Generally, the examiners will give you some guidance through this section. We're going to use the centre of the 3 lanes. We're going to hold that lane discipline. And now we can see the A34 on the road surface, and we're just going to follow the road ahead. If you have missed your speed limit sign, don't panic. On roads like this, there is always repeater signs. If you look to your right at the lampposts, you can clearly see the new speed limit is 40 miles an hour. As you start to build your speed up, make sure, again, you keep your following distance. Only get up to the speed limit if you feel it's safe to do so. And at this moment in time, the traffic in front of us is not allowing us to build our speed up. As you can see, the road ahead is quite clear. You shouldn't expect too many problems on a road like this. We're going to start following the traffic signs now for Cheadle. Normally the traffic signs for information are sighted on the left, and the traffic sign shape is rectangular. We can start to see our traffic sign on the left here now. And as we can see, Cheadle A34 straight ahead. After you go past the traffic sign, the examiners would ask you to move into the right-hand lane. You're going to now start following the traffic signs for Gatley. Take your time changing lanes. Make sure you check properly before you make your manoeuvre. At our next set of traffic lights, we're going to be making a right turn. As you make the right turn, you can see your filter arrow green is on. This gives you the priority. And when you look up to your left, you can see the new speed limit change, which is 30 miles per hour. Remember, each time you enter a new road, try and look up to your left and right for your speed limit changes. The road ahead is reasonably clear. Again, you shouldn't encounter too many problems. Watch out for your traffic control systems. Here we have a pedestrian crossing. We've got our zigzag lines. There's nobody at the crossing, so we would not expect the lights to change. The road ahead is nice and clear. We know the speed limit is 30 miles an hour, so we're going to make progress on this stretch of road. Now we're going to pull up on the left. When you're asked to pull up on the left, make sure you pick a safe and legal place. Don't park on double yellow lines or bus stops. And when you set off, make sure you do your checks properly. We're going to start following the traffic signs now for Warrington. If we look to our left, we can see the traffic sign. Warrington is straight ahead. Our traffic lights are still on green, and now we're going to commit to the junction. If you look well ahead, you can see amber beacons. This means you're approaching a zebra crossing. Looking to your right and left, making sure nobody is stood at the crossing. If they are, you must give way to them. As you can see, there's roadworks in this stretch. Be mindful around roadworks. We've got parked vehicles, watching our clearance, and making steady progress. We're going to be making a right turn at the next set of traffic lights. This is going to bring us into a series of roundabouts shortly. When you make the right turn, move towards the left. Your left lane is your normal driving position. We're now going to start following the traffic signs for Chester. If you look to your left, you can see the rectangular shaped information sign. and it's signpost for Chester, which is our first exit off the roundabout left. We can see the roundabout coming into view now. This roundabout is controlled by traffic lights. Make sure to indicate as you come off the roundabout. At the next roundabout, we're taking the second exit. We can use the left lane to take this second exit. There is a video that explains how to use these roundabouts. If you click on the video card, it will bring you directly to that video. Again, making sure you indicate as you come off the roundabout. As you come off the roundabout, you can see flashing amber lights. Again, it's a pedestrian crossing. A flashing amber light means if there's nobody at the crossing, you can carry on. At the next roundabout, we're going to follow the traffic signs for Manchester. As you can see, it's a right turn. We're going to get a road position nice and early and making sure we indicate to our right. Take your time at roundabouts. Make sure you check properly before you commit to the roundabout. Cars will come from your right quite quickly. Always double check before you make your way onto the roundabout. Ours is the next exit. Road position nice and early and indicate to come off. Our new speed limit is 50 miles an hour. Build your speed up rapidly, keeping your lane discipline, and plan to move towards the right without crossing over the offside line. And when it's safe to change lanes, move into your lane. If you look above your head, you can see the Gatley signposted for Manchester. So just keep your lane discipline, and if the road ahead is clear, make progress. If you look well ahead, you can see a new speed limit change. 40 miles an hour. The road ahead is clear, so we can still make progress, making sure we stay around 40 miles an hour. Now we've got another speed limit change, 30 miles an hour. When we look ahead, we can see rumble strips and also traffic signs telling us there's traffic light systems ahead. We can see it's a pedestrian crossing. We know this by the zigzag lines. Checking to our right and left, make sure there's nobody stood at the crossing. We can see it's clear, and then again we can make progress. We're going to take the next road to the left, which is signposted for Charlton. making sure we indicate as we come off our road. We're going to turn left at the next set of traffic lights. This will bring us back to our test centre. Remember, as you go through the barrier, you're back into a 10 mph speed limit. Take your time turning left at this junction. It's highly likely you're going to encounter other learner drivers. Just take it nice and slow, and then the examiner will ask you to drive back into a bay. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please subscribe for more videos.